Hello guys, this is Amol Khedkar. I welcome you to this video. Today I'll be talking about the article that you see on your screen, which says US restricts Air India's Vande Bharat flights, citing unfair limits on its airlines. So, to be honest with you, I've always believed that this VBM mission, the Vande Bharat mission, is really just a money making machine which is used by the Indian government to just prop up the Air India as a company, because Air India is literally in ditches, and that's why they just need to, bring it up somehow. So that's why, they are doing all of these things. And now even the US department is accusing Air India formally, and they have lodged a complaint against Air India saying that there are unfair limits on its airlines. So this is an article from the print. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because nobody else is going to give you a detailed analysis of worldwide topics on a daily basis. So please don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. So US Transportation Department, the US DOT, accused Air India of selling tickets to the public on repatriation flights while US airlines are prohibited from flying to India. Yeah, this is a very insane thing that the Indian government is really doing. And my honest opinion, if you really want to hear the truth and nothing but the truth, Air India is just exploiting people's misery and desperation to its fullest extent. And Air India and the Indian government should be ashamed of themselves for doing something like this, because this is really something that even humanity should be ashamed of it. So even I'm outside of India right now, but I never even thought of flying with this mission, because I know that they are just exploiting the misery of the people. And to be honest, as I said, if you watch my video about the new world order after coronavirus, you will understand that all countries are starting to look inward now. And we would have hoped that in a crisis like this, humanity will come together, and everybody will help each other. But yeah, the exact opposite is happening. The worst in people is just showing up. There are protests on the streets in America. There are many police incidents in Canada. The world is literally breaking apart, to be very honest with you. And this is just half of 2020. So 2020 has really been a very, very rough year so far. And I don't know what else is going to unfold in the near future. So the US government on Monday restricted charter flights from India, accusing that nation of unfair and discriminatory practices by violating a treaty governing aviation between the two countries. So, my honest opinion is that if Air India is allowed to fly to India, then why not other airlines, right? So, there are other airlines that definitely can fly to India, and they can, bring back stranded passengers to India, and you can do all of that quarantine madness that all you want. But the fact of the matter is that, I personally think that Air India is just like a state airline, and it is literally in the on the verge of getting sold. And that's why they need these kind of money from people who are desperate, because people are literally paying 3 to 4 times the actual amount of flights. And I've heard incidents where people are not even given food on the flight. Then there are not at all any proper arrangements. People literally have to wait for so long stranded on the airports, and absolutely nobody is helping them. So yeah, this is literally a very, very situation in shambles, to be honest. And Indian government and aviation minister of India should all be ashamed of themselves that they are doing something like this, and they are preying on the misery of people. Air India has been making flights to repatriate its citizens during the travel disruptions caused by the coronavirus outbreak, but also has been selling tickets to the public, the transportation department alleged. So yeah, they are involved in many shady practices, and that's why I think this entire VBM mission should just be scrapped. And you should just start with having private carriers operate into India and outside of India as well. At the same time, US airlines have been prohibited from flying to India by aviation regulators there, the Department of Transportation said in its order. Situation creates a competitive disadvantage for US carriers, the agency said in a press release. So, US is saying it because, it wants to operate its own airlines. But to be honest with you, me as an Indian citizen, I really think that Indian government should at least, stop, exploiting its own citizens. I mean, you can compete with other countries, you can compete with other industries, but these are people who are your own citizens, right? They have your own passport. There are families that are stranded over here. Health insurance has literally been it is expired at this point. People are not able to get a newer health insurance. Visas are expired. People are not able to get through the day somehow. There are suicides happening in India and elsewhere because people are not able to travel to other parts of the world or even come back to India. So yeah, this is a really desperate situation, and I think Indian government should really look into this and try to really do something concrete about this, because I think it's high time that people realize the gravity and the situation of this madness. Air India is advertising a schedule that is more than half of pre-virus operations, the department said. So Air India is advertising a schedule that is more than half of the pre-virus operations. So literally more than half of the pre-virus operations are already flying with Air India. The charters go beyond true repatriations, and it appears that Air India may be using repatriation charters as a way of circumventing that nation's flight restrictions, the US agency said. Absolutely true. I think, in my personal opinion, yeah, Air India is just doing this, and they have outlined this in a very, very succinct manner here. The charters go beyond true repatriations, definitely true, because this is not really true repatriation. True repatriation would really mean that you are bringing people from other countries at lesser expense. I think you should not. I don't expect the Indian government to just bring people for free, but at least take like half of the expense, or say 75% of the expense, or at least take the full expense. That's fine. Even if you charge same as the normal flights, even that is fine. But when you are literally charging 3 to 4 times the amount, it's really very, very difficult for people. And just imagine if you like 3 to 4 people stranded outside of India. It's very, very hard for people to even think about going back. It's not that easy. So I completely agree that the charters go beyond true repatriations, and it appears that Air India may be using repatriation charters as a way of circumventing that nation's flight restriction. This is also extremely true. The order becomes effective in 30 days, the department said. Indian Airlines must comply to the Department of Transportation for authorization before conducting charter flights, so that it can scrutinize them more closely, it said. The department will reconsider restrictions once India lifts restrictions on US carriers. So yeah, right now I also saw a tweet from Hardeep Singh Puri, who is the aviation minister of India, and over there they are saying that they got a request by the US government. To be honest with you, this is not a request. This is an order by the US Department of Transportation saying that they are accusing the Indian government of unfair practices and saying that the Vande Bharat mission is a scam. They're just saying it out loud over here. So it's not a request anymore. It's literally an order. The action against India follows weeks of Department of Transportation restrictions against Chinese airlines after the US agency accused that nation of unfairly banning American carriers in the wake of the virus. On June 15th, the US announced it would agree to allow 4 flights a week from China after it allowed the same number by US carriers. Attempts to reach Air India and the Indian Embassy in Washington after business hours were unsuccessful. So, I personally think this is a really sad situation, and I really feel sorry for the people who are in US right now, because with so many things happening right now in America, it's literally like a hellhole. People are literally just trying to get out of this somehow, and when even your own government tries to exploit you in this kind of situations, you literally just lose faith in humanity. That's just a very sad and depressing thing to say, but yeah, that's how most of the people have become. And yeah, I mean, you can call me a bit optimistic, but I really hoped that in this kind of situation, at least a country like India, or like a state carrier of India, which is Air India, would not exploit people and would try to understand their concerns and bring them back home as soon as possible. But yeah, I mean, this is where things stand, and Air India is literally exploiting people. People have sent literally thousands of emails, and literally they have called the embassy for so many times, but they are literally getting nothing out of it. And flights are getting cancelled. People are literally committing suicide. This is so desperate, and this is so serious that people are literally committing suicide. Just look at all the news. There are so many suicides happening because people cannot go back to India, or they cannot go back to anywhere else. So Yeah, this is a pretty sad situation, and Air India should really think about what exactly they are doing with people's lives here. I'll stop talking here. If you liked my analysis of this article, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like these. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.